Greetings and welcome to this thought-provoking film discussing how Elon Musk's robot could revolutionize a number of industries. The field of robotics is developing quickly, and with the development of robots like Tesla's Optimus, we are seeing a significant change in the way we approach our work. There are endless applications for robots, and we'll look at some of the more beneficial ones in this video. Let us discuss how small and medium-sized businesses can benefit from increased productivity, lower labor expenses, and improved safety thanks to robots. Before anything else hits that, like the stock market, this will destroy human productivity as we know it, and Tesla will become the most profitable company in history as a result. And the subscribe button. There are many applications for robots, and some of them are already very beneficial, in my opinion. In this day and age, I would have happily spent up to $100,000 for a robot. One robot could, for instance, work all 3 shifts if there are 3 shifts, and if the task doesn't require supervision, it could even work on the weekends. The robot would be twice as useful as an employee, even if we assume 2 shifts. Let's say Optimus earns $25 per hour, as most US employers won't take on workers for less than $20 per hour. One shift can consist of more than 2,000 hours annually. Multiply it by 25 to get $50,000 annually. Though they don't require breaks, robots do have several drawbacks. It would be preferable to have more robots, say, 12, so that there is always a backup in case one breaks down. While they can malfunction and need to be repaired, they can also go on lunch or get sick calls. Besides, robots are not prone to the same problems as human workers, such bickering or grievances over pay. Even though I enjoyed working with and developing my staff, there are a lot of benefits that come with robot technology that make them an unbeatable choice. Think of robotic arms and conveyor belts doing tedious jobs, like welding, drilling, and screwing. However, for smaller businesses like mine, these kinds of robots are frequently too costly or rigid. For example, I needed a robot to do a complex sequence of motions using a pop-on cat and a tether to place a cap on a bottle. I spoke with a number of firms, but none of them could assure me that their robot would function effectively, and their quotes varied from $20,000 to $100,000. Instead of spending a fortune on a conveyor belt, Tesla has thankfully built Optimus, a robot that could execute activities equivalent to those of a human with some training. The same task that 6 or 7 employees do every day can be done by 1 or 2 robots, and I wouldn't need any supervisors to keep an eye on the robot's progress, which would save me extra labor expenses. A small or medium-sized business can benefit greatly from the use of bots like Optimus, particularly when it comes to repetitive chores like safety checks and bottle tops. While buying and training a robot has certain initial expenses, there can be significant long-term benefits, including higher productivity, lower labor costs, and enhanced safety. As a business owner, I've learned that, contrary to automation or large robotic arms, some activities are not as difficult as they look, and employing humanoid robots can be an effective option. Robots can be especially helpful in professions involving monitoring, which is comparable to quality control. Monitoring is necessary for QC supervision positions to make sure that procedures are followed appropriately and that workers are not being spied on. Although monitoring is aided by cameras, it can be difficult to constantly monitor several cameras. It can be far more effective and dependable to have a robot in every area to assist with work monitoring. Robots can also be used in dangerous settings when workers' safety is in jeopardy. These tasks frequently need for dexterity. They involve more than just welding something in place. Such tasks can be developed for robots to perform, lowering the risk to workers. Being a masseuse is one example I like to provide. Although a robot arm isn't possible to come in and precisely massage your shoulders, there are robotic massages that can be adjusted to meet your individual demands. Robots can perform tasks that call for human interaction, like spoken words or subtleties, yet they are also capable of accurately and quickly following instructions when they don't require human intervention. In this instance, I think humanoid robots can be very helpful in many corporate domains, such as managing operations or carrying out delicate jobs or giving verbal directions. Let's talk about the possible advantages of Tesla producing 3,300 or 1,000 robots right now. The primary motivation is learning, since data is essential to Tesla's autonomous driving technology and to the development of general AI through the use of more robots in manufacturing environments. Tesla is able to collect additional data from the actions of these vehicles, including camera data. Then, by using automobile activity, engine motor heat, and human reactions in various scenarios, other robots can be trained to be more effective and efficient, producing even more data for future advancements. The second justification would be to test out various use cases. I invite people who have experience working outdoors, in factories, or in distribution centers to leave their opinions here. These robots could be used in a wide range of applications, such as farming, operating machinery, forklifts, and tractors. I don't see why Elon Musk and Tesla shouldn't start rolling out 1,000 robots as soon as possible. If someone can come up with a reason why this wouldn't be a wise decision, I think it's obvious. Let's get imaginative and consider the idea of having more robots in the actual world. I'd love to hear it. Imagine a distribution center where robots handle the selecting and packaging, freeing up workers to perform more difficult duties like customer service, or a factory where robots do the heavy lifting, freeing up workers to focus on activities that demand creativity and problem-solving skills. I believe it's time to accept robotics and automation as the way of the future because of its countless potential advantages. Who knows, maybe in the future, robots may be able to cook for us and do our laundry by placing themselves in different locations. More data and information can be gathered by Tesla, which will enable them to fail quickly and advance their software and hardware. When it comes to hardware, deploying 1,000 robots would allow Tesla to test and develop its products considerably more quickly than it could if more robots were placed in various locations. Tesla is able to collect performance data from each iteration and use that information to refine its design. Putting a lot of robots to work also helps Tesla show off its advancements to the general public. Tesla is able to record films and make them available to the public, showing off how the robots are used in different environments and carrying out challenging jobs. This has the potential to create buzz and boost interest in Tesla stock. By collecting more real-world data, Tesla can improve and enhance its simulators. Initially, the robots would be assembled by hand. However, in order to market them for a profit, a production line would eventually be required. By year's end, I think Tesla will have a working robot, and they'll start selling them in early 2024. I'm at a loss for limiting variables right now, but feel free to provide your ideas in the space provided below for comments. Having seen robots up close, I can state with confidence that 3D printing has the potential to completely transform the way these machines are made. If you are familiar with robotics or have worked in the field of robot manufacturing, you are aware of the many moving parts that comprise a robot. Can all of these parts be 3D printed, is the question. If the response is in the affirmative, then the primary range of robots is unrestricted. Though they might not be ready for widespread use just yet, I have seen robots that can move, pick up objects, and even water plants. Cameras might be an issue, but they shouldn't be a barrier, in my opinion. The price is the only potential problem. Assume that the cost of printing each robot in 3D is $100,000. For Tesla, even 1,000 of them would only amount to $100 million, which is insignificant for a business of their size. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons on my channel if you liked this content and found it to be helpful. We appreciate your time and will see you in the upcoming video.